Alright, what is up everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the Weekend Preview. Today is Sunday, July 29th, 2016, and I'm back. I am back from my vacation. If you're not aware, because you didn't check out the Weekend Preview or any of the stuff that I posted this past week, I was on vacation in Seattle for the greater part of this past week. About 4 straight days with no streaming. With me doing all kinds of tourism and touristy stuff in the city of Seattle. Yes, I live in Seattle, but it's on the very outskirts in a suburb. So for me to drive into the main touristy happening part of the city and do, jumping to restaurants and bars and doing all the kinds of fun stuff that there is to do in there is a lot different than what I'm used to doing. So, I'm back in full capacity starting right now. And what I want to do very quickly is just run through what I did this past week. I want to let you know what's coming up this week. Admittedly, even though there's a lot of new stuff happening this week, it kind of sucks because it's hard for me to plan for the week simply because of so much uncertainty. I'll actually move this to the side a little bit. In regards to this week's new releases, which we're going to talk about in just a moment, there's actually 3 new things that I'll be tackling this week that I'm excited for all of them, but I just wish I knew exactly when I would be able to. Well, we'll tackle that in a moment. First of all, this past week, when I was on holiday, or vacation, or whatever you want to call it, time away from live streaming in Seattle. Well, every day I uploaded new kinds of multiplayer gameplay, whether it was Rocket League co-op with patrons, whether it was Street Fighter V against patrons or viewers, whether it was the finishing up of my set of Street Fighter V videos playing with Ibuki, and also a set of co-op gameplay that I did with Liana in Resident Evil 5 in the Mercs mode. Every day there was new videos on DSP Gaming, so if you missed any of that, you can check that out on DSP Gaming. All those videos are live. In addition, when I returned from Seattle, 2 things. Number 1, I started up a new playthrough of Silent Hill Homecoming, which is currently in progress on DSP Gaming right now. I'm about 7 hours into the game. And I did a session of Overwatch because while I was gone, there was an expansion. The first major expansion for Overwatch featuring the new character Anna, as well as some huge rebalancing patches for the game, was released while I was gone. So I played that all day Saturday and I had a blast. Let me tell you, I think certain characters, like Diva in particular, are way better and more fun to play now than they ever were. So you can check all that out on DSP Gaming as well. In addition to that, there were 2 other videos that I put out in the past couple of days that weren't really announced that they were going to happen, but they were kind of impromptu. First of all, on KO Gaming, I released a video that was basically a kind of montage combination of stuff that we did on our vacation combined with my experiences in the game Pokemon Go while we were in Seattle. And it's pretty unique because it's a montage of pictures and screen captures that I took while we were out there that basically show you where Pokemon Go works, what Pokemon I caught, and they talk about some, things that I like about the game, things I don't, and I give you some recommendations and stuff for the time that I played it. So check that out if you're into Pokemon Go and you want to know a little bit more about our trip and how it integrated into it, okay? In addition, this morning, I made a special vlog right here on the King of Hate Vlogs in regards to identity theft, because over the past several years, I have been, basically attempted to have my identity been stolen by many different venues, whether it's emails or rewards programs, or this morning it was actually my cell phone. All these things have happened, and I said, you know what, let me relay these experiences and give people some really sound advice so hopefully it can help them in the future, especially if they have some kind of a public presence similar to like what I have on YouTube, and they want to prevent that stuff from happening. So you can check that vlog out right here on the King of Hate vlog. So even though I was on vacation, it was a pretty eventful week with lots of stuff going on. Alright? Now, this coming week is the final week of July. In fact, there's 1 week left until the end of July. The reason I'm bringing this up is because starting in August, pretty much almost every week, we've got new releases. We've got big high-profile AAA games that people have been waiting for quite some time. I've got a special event planned for August, including... That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's official, it's going to happen. The patrons have voted. The Sonic 2006 Marathon is going to happen the first week of August. So I'll tell you about that in a moment, alright? So August is going to be a very packed month. New releases almost every week. Sonic Marathon, it's going to be a really fun-filled month in August. But there's 1 week left in July, and what I would like to do during this week is make an honest attempt to finish up things that have been ongoing, as well as focus on the new expansion-based content that's all coming out this week, alright? So allow me to explain what I mean by all of that, so you understand. Tonight, I'm just doing the weekend preview. I'm gonna, I got some personal errands and stuff to do tonight. I don't have really any time to do anything else. Tonight, I will be watching the WWE Battleground pay-per-view, so I may be tweeting a little bit about it over here at They Call Me DSP on Twitter if you want my opinions on that pay-per-view, but chances are I won't be doing too much else outside of that. You're not gonna do any more gameplay or anything like that. Tomorrow, Monday, will be a full day of gameplay. I'll be doing a gameplay stream of the continuation of Silent Hill Homecoming. Now, I'm not sure how long the game is. I'm around 6 to 7 hours into it now. My opinion on it, honestly, I like the plot. I like the atmosphere. It's creepy. I hate the gameplay. The gameplay is just very basic. The combat is really just terrible. The frame rate when you get into combat, it's incredibly choppy, and the game expects you to react to enemies attacking you, and half the time you can't do it because it chops up during the combat and the camera rotates to a bad position. But I think a lot of people know that. That's why people have said this isn't one of the great Silent Hill games, you know what I mean? Because the combat is so terrible. But the puzzles and the creepy atmosphere and story I actually kind of like, so that's tomorrow's gameplay stream. We'll see how far I can get and if I can beat it. I don't know. I don't know how close I am to the end. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a 2-hour session of Persona 3. It will not be live streamed. It'll be recorded offline. From what I'm to understand, I'm probably around 7 to 10 hours to the end of the game. All right. I've already gotten like as far as I can in the Tartarus. So pretty much I just have to keep advancing the story and doing S-links and stuff until the game ends or forces me into the next story-based portion. And then from to understand, I'm in the home stretch. So Persona 3 will be concluding, if not this week, definitely that first week of August, I'm going to be finishing it off. Thank goodness, because I really need to finish that game so I can get on to other stuff. In fact, it's funny, since I've been playing Persona 3, there was like Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Star Ocean 5 or something. There's this mobile game, Final Fantasy XVS, that people are like, wow, it has characters from Final Fantasy 6, that's your favorite RPG, aren't you going to play that? And then there was this other one called I Am Setsuna that's supposed to be an RPG that's a throwback to like the combat of Chrono Trigger. And all these RPGs came out, and I said, I can't play any of them. I can't for a moment even consider playing an RPG until I finish Persona 3. And I knew this was going to happen when people voted in Persona 3 as a Patron's Choice playthrough in March. I knew the game was going to be this long. So it is what it is. I'm pushing forward. To Monday night, there will be more Persona 3. Tuesday, now here's what I was talking about uncertainty. I really wish that this week with the new releases that I could promise you on this day at this time I'll be doing this new release. Unfortunately, I can't do that this week, all right? Here's why. Because this week, there's 3 new things coming out, all of which are digital, can't pick them up physically in a store, none of which have a promised date of when they'll be released digitally, all right? Like a time, a date, whatever. They're all supposed to be on Tuesday, but does that mean Tuesday in the morning so I can play it on my first stream? Does that mean Tuesday late afternoon so I can do it as a second stream? Does that mean who knows when it's coming out? And some of these things sometimes don't come out till Wednesday, even though they say they're coming out on Tuesday. So here's the deal. First of all, the next to last DLC character in Street Fighter V, Juri, is coming out. That's right, Juri, who was an expansion character in Street Fighter 4. If you remember when Super Street Fighter 4 came out years and years and years ago, she was one of the expansion characters. I actually liked her in Street Fighter 4, although I never really played with her in a tournament. I did enjoy her. I thought her playstyle was one of the most unique, and I definitely liked that character a lot. So she's coming out in Street Fighter 5 on Tuesday. When? Because Capcom does it different every time. One time they actually had the character released early in the morning. One time they said, oh, it was late afternoon. And then it's just random. It's totally random when they release the characters. So I can't tell you, oh, I'd like to do that on first stream, and we're going to go into training mode, and then we're going to go into her story mode, and then we're going to go online. I'd love to say that, but I don't know if she'll be available first stream. If she is available first stream, that's probably what I will be doing for my first gameplay stream on Tuesday. The other things coming out on Tuesday, Minecraft Story Mode Episode 7. Now, as you know, these story modes are typically around an hour and a half long, maybe a little longer than that, at least for the Season 2. And I'm definitely going to play. I bought the season last time around when I played Episode 6. So I'm definitely going to play the game again. And the way I'm going to handle it is, I may be doing that as my second gameplay session on Tuesday night. If it is, I'm not going to live stream it. I'm just going to record it and upload it. There's no reason to live stream that late, okay? Now, the other thing that supposedly is coming out on Tuesday is We Happy Few. This was the game that was surprise announced to E3. The trailer for it looked amazing. Like, they gave it a combination of BioShock with other psychological kind of horror things in it. And it just seems like a unique and interesting game. It's supposed to be available per the Xbox Game Preview Program. Now, from what I'm to understand, this is not the Xbox Preview Program where you can get, like, dashboard updates and things early. That's completely separate from that, supposedly. Because the thing was, it was not explained at E3 how you could get this thing. It just says it's going to be available on, July 26th via this Game Preview Program. No explanation whatsoever on what that means or how to get it. So from what I'm to understand, what the Game Preview Program is, it's kind of like getting advanced sale games on Steam. So you can buy a game early via this Xbox Preview Program and actually play it. Now, number one, do you get the full game, or are you going to get an unfinished version of the game, an alpha version that maybe only has a few stages? Unclear, and no one ever explained it. No one ever explained how this is going to happen with We Happy Few this week. No one. So no one knows. So how much does We Happy Few cost? How much of We Happy Few will be available? Will it actually be the story? Will it just be like a demo, or even maybe a challenge mode just so you can see the combat of the game? No one knows what's available. So without knowing what's available, what it costs, and when it's available, I can't tell you when I'm playing We Happy Few. I want to play it as soon as possible. I'm very excited for this game after seeing the E3, preview and everything for it. But there's no info. And no one's talking. There's the thing, like, I've been keeping my ears open. No info over Microsoft, nothing. And that's what pisses me off. I said this at E3, and I actually had it in my countdown of worst things at E3. And I'll say it again. If you're gonna fucking have something, just do it. Is it a demo? Release it to everyone. Is it you're gonna sell the game? Fucking sell the game to everyone. Don't have preview programs and special ways to get around and do this and do that. Just fucking do it. Because all this does, it creates, well, I'll tell you why they did it. It creates a buzz, right? Oh, it's gonna be available for their preview program. What is that? I don't know. Oh, well, we'll find out. Bullshit. Just fucking say it's coming out on this date. This is what you're getting. Be transparent with the customer to stop confusion and allow people to get excited and plan to play your game. Right now, what we have is a jumbled fucking mess for the launch of We Happy Few. We don't know what we're playing this week, if we'll even be able to play it, and we don't know how to fucking play it. No one knows anything. And this is Microsoft's fault. It's bullshit. These preview programs shouldn't fucking exist. You should just be able to play the game or not. Everyone should get a demo or not bullshit in between somewhere. We're in some floaty gray area and you don't know what the fuck's going on. So that being said, I will be playing Juri in Street Fighter V this week. I will be playing the new episode of Minecraft Story Mode, and I will be doing whatever is possibly available in We Happy Few. Now, I don't know what exactly any of that's going to be. I can't explain or tell you, but when I find out, I'll let you know. Obviously, right over here on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP is your way to find out what I'm going to be doing every day, all right? So hopefully there's more information, because if not, I don't know how I could tell you what I'm going to be doing. I might be just flying by the seat of my pants. I might wake up Tuesday and say, well, let's see if anything's available to download and play today. Really, all right? Now, once all that stuff that I just mentioned to you is also covered, I'm going to balance that with the conclusion of Silent Hill Homecoming if I haven't finished it yet, and with the continuation and hopefully the conclusion of Persona 3. So this week you're going to see Silent Hill Homecoming, Persona 3, We Happy Few, whatever's available, Juri, and this new episode of Minecraft Story Mode. Will there be even more gameplay than that? There might be. There's potential. But again, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Primarily what I like to do is focus on this stuff so I can get it over with and kind of say, okay, that's the end of July, and now we can move on to August. Now, I'm going to talk about August in just a moment, because August is a very exciting month, and I want to give you a little preview of what to expect, because it's the complete polar opposite of July. There's literally new releases almost every week and all kinds of fun stuff going on, but I want to get to that when I get to it. Hold on, because what I want to talk about is Patreon, and I know a lot of you, Patreon, blah, 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 blah. There's only 1 week left in July. 1 week left, ladies and gentlemen. And with that 1 week being left, that means there's very limited time for us to hit our goal. Hold on a second, because I actually don't have it. That's the wrong screen. Here we go. That's the screen I wanted. To hit our goal of a new Patron's Choice playthrough. Persona 3 is happening because it's Patron's Choice. Persona 4 happened because it was Patron's Choice. Minecraft happened because it was Patron's Choice. And every Patron's Choice playthrough has turned into something fun and different and exciting. And in my opinion, it's let me grow as a gamer, because I know a lot more about these kind of genres of games now than before I ever did before the Patron's Choice events. I would love to do another Patron's Choice event, but right now we are way below the goal. So you need to pledge in the next week, 1 week left, $5 or more, and you'll be able to nominate and vote on what game I'll be playing come early September, alright? If you can't pledge $5, that's fine. You can pledge whatever you want. Dollar helps, okay? It's about hitting that group goal rather than collectively, oh, I'm going to pledge $500 or some ridiculous amount. It's not about that. If everyone give $1, we'd easily hit this goal, alright? So please, with only 1 week left, you're going to hear me mentioning this in every gameplay stream and everything this week. I'd really like to hit the goal. I've hit the goal every single month that I've done Patreon so far, but we are getting very close. 1 week left to the end of the month. I know there hasn't been any big AAA stuff or anything going on this month. Now is your opportunity to pledge and make this happen so we can have a fun Patron's Choice playthrough happen in early September, okay? So just throwing that out there because the time is almost up. Alright, so I had to throw that out there. Now, let's talk about August very quickly. I won't go too far into detail, but August is going to be pretty damn cool, alright? Just to give you a preview of some of the stuff going on in August that I think that's going to be awesome. The new Batman Telltale series, right? So the new Telltale Games episodic series with Batman starts that very first week of August, August 2nd. First episode releases. Absolutely, I'll be playing it. I'm excited to play it, and I hope you're excited to see me play it. Later that week, I haven't set it in stone yet. I'm going to be doing my Sonic 2006 Marathon. The Sonic 2006 Marathon is going to be a day where I basically, for 6 or 7 hours, I'm going to be playing Sonic 06, alright? And then dependent on how people like me playing the game, I've heard it's one of the worst games ever, okay? If you like to see me play it and suffer through it and rage at it, I may do a full playthrough of the game, but only if people enjoy it. If I'm playing it and people are like, man, this is fucking like pulling fingernails off someone's hand, or scraping across a chalkboard, or whatever the analogy you want to make it. If you don't like it, then I won't do it. I'll do something else. But I don't know. It's being that people overwhelmingly voted to see this in the Sonic Marathon, I'm thinking you're probably going to want to see more, alright? The second week of August, No Man's Sky comes out on August 9th. This game is a game that's been in development for so many years, and no one still knows what to expect from it. It could be a flop. It could be a huge, successful, amazing, new genre of game that we've never seen before. So it's going to be cool to see what the hell this game turned out as after all the hype and all the build-up and everything for the game. So I'm very excited for No Man's Sky. On August 23rd, we've got King of Fighters 14 as well as the new Deus Ex game, both releasing on the same day. I actually believe there's a third release that week. I'm not positive, but those are two huge high-profile games. Obviously, I think more people are interested in Deus Ex than King of Fighters, but I haven't played a new fighter besides Street Fighter V all this year. So for me to jump into a new fighter and try it out and see how I like it, that could be an exciting thing too. And at the end of the month, we got an Attack on Titan game. Now, I've seen both seasons of Attack on Titan. I really like the show. So to see that translated into a video game could be pretty cool. Now, that's just a few things. I'm fully expecting there's going to be expansions. Like, I bet you the next episode for Hitman will probably end up coming out during the month at some point. And there may be the final character for Street Fighter V, Juri, may release at some point. All this could happen, all right? But that's kind of the AAA stuff just for August. So you can see in comparison to July, I mean, what do we have in July? Ghostbusters, the video game? Nothing. There's nothing that came out in July that was even worth fucking playing. So comparing July to August is like apples to oranges, right? I really think August is going to be a really awesome month. So I hope you'll join me for that. And obviously, as we head into it, I'll have more information on more exact scheduling and stuff like that, okay? Last but not least, I just want to say this because I didn't mention it yet. This coming Wednesday, since I don't know when things are coming out this week, I can't tell you what I'm playing on Wednesday. But on Wednesday, I'm going to make a new pot of Italian sauce. Now, normally I would do this on a Sunday, and people might say, Phil, what happened to Saucy Sundays, right? Where you make your Italian sauce, and during gameplay, something's stuck on my foot. There we go. And during gameplay, you're going to stir the sauce and all of that. We're so used to that on a Sunday. Why are you doing this on a Wednesday? Well, it's very simple. Leanna has a job. And it just so happens that this particular week, because we were on vacation, they scheduled her to work this past Sunday. So we couldn't do it that day. So we scheduled it for her first major day off, which is this Wednesday. So this Wednesday, I'll be making a pot of sauce. And that means that whatever I do on Wednesday, the first gameplay stream may start late, but will be an extended stream that goes longer. But I don't know what it's going to be. I don't even know what Wednesday will be. It all depends on when things get released. All right. So perfect example here. If Juri doesn't get released in time for the first stream on Tuesday, it should be the perfect fit to check out that character in Street Fighter V on Wednesday. Since I'll be doing multiplayer for most of the session, it'll be easy for me every 20 minutes to go stir the sauce and not really interrupt the flow of the stream. So More than likely, that's what will happen if she's not released in time for my first stream on Tuesday. All right, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the week in preview. What a week, right? We're finishing off the month with a bang, some momentum, some new stuff, which is good. Plus, we're finishing up ongoing stuff. I hope you've been enjoying everything that I've been putting out for you. Thank you again for a great year so far. Admittedly, this July is probably going to be my slowest month of the entire year. There have been zero big game releases, so it's hard to bring people in to watch stuff. You know, I want to say thank you to those of you who have been here watching the streams and the on-demand content, regardless of the fact that there's really nothing going on in the realm of gaming this month. Next month is going to be completely different. Almost seems like the hardcore gaming season comes early this year. So that's awesome, but it is what it is. We got to get through July. We got to finish this month up strong as I can, and then hit the ground running in August with fun stuff for you. Oh boy, I can't wait. Alright, that's it for the weekend preview. And now without further ado, thank you to the patrons for June who made this upcoming marathon possible. Please remember to pledge for July. Only 1 week left to make that Patron's Choice playthrough happen. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching.